Welcome everyone, this is Gwydion with RPG Frequencies, and today I'm going to walk through an audio application called Bardy. And this is in early beta, particularly for the web app that I'm going to be showing you. It's also available as an application. You can get it on Google Play and the App Store for mobile, and that's actually where it started. I waited to test it a little bit until it came out with a web application because I'm much more of an online and computer PC person than I am a mobile person. So what I want to walk through is just kind of what it's intended to do, what the stage is, a little bit about the roadmap. So let's just dive in. I'm on the Bardy.ai page, and I will drop a link below to show you how to easily access this. And the thing that makes Bardy unique, in my opinion, is it listens to you talk to your players. So if you're playing an online game on any virtual tabletop, it listens to you and then it adjusts the music to match the mood. So it already has all of the moods and ambiances, and I'll show you the roadmap, kind of where they're going. But right now, what it'll do is it'll tap into the current suite of music that it has, which appears to be quite a bit, and they'll try to fit the ambiance and the setting, which is to me really cool. So you don't have to anymore like necessarily create scenes. And one of the things that happens to me a lot is I'll either be playing solo or maybe I'll be running an adventure. It's been some time, but you go to an unexpected location and I don't have my audio set up. It's really cool to have something that just listens to you and automatically switches. So that's one of the things that I think are the thing to me that makes this the most unique. So let me go back up to the top. This is just, I'm flipping through the web page. So how does it work? So again, it's intelligent adaptation, so it listens to you. They're still obviously dialing all this in. I'll show you the app online. This is the mobile app. So it uses AI to listen, but I want to show you the FAQ because I know a lot of people are really, really concerned about AI and music and art. And all of the art, all of the music is 100% man-made, human-made. So I want to make that really clear so people aren't turned off right away. So it talks a little bit more on the site about how locations update and the mood update. And it is, again, you have to get used to it. And I'm still learning. But as an example, there are moods and locations. So it says here for location updates, use phrases that imply people have moved into a new area. So if you just say tavern or city, it may not trigger something. But if you say something more descriptive, like you enter the dense forest, then it should update it. So locations are obviously like new places, and it'll try to adjust the audio for that location. And then mood is more about, is it dark? Is it upbeat? Is it relaxed? So I'll try to hopefully see if I can do that and show you. And then also combat. And the phrase there most frequently is roll initiative. It tries not to update just anytime there's like a fight or attacking because that would be overwhelming. So you really have to say something like roll initiative. Let me go to I think it's the about. I know there's an FAQ in here. So that's a little bit about the people. And actually, you know what? Here's the FAQ. I do want to jump on that. So how to use Bardy, that's fine. Talks about the VTTs, which I mentioned. Is the music AI generated? And not even if Asmodeus himself commanded it. So point being, it's all human. How does the AI work? It's listening to your phrases. And it does talk a bit about, they see the value in integration. So that's a future potential, but not right now. Are the images generated with AI? No, every image is real artists. So again, wanted to make that very clear. And then finally, how much does it cost? I don't quote me on this yet, but I don't think they're charging during the beta. I could be wrong, but I think they're still learning the beta. But it does say a 7-day free trial. And after that, it's $6.99 a month or $60 a year, or you can do just a one-time session for 24 hours. All right. So let's go back. I'm going to get back up to the homepage. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be showing the web app. And they do have a very robust Discord community, so I will drop a link to that as well. I'm involved there asking a bunch of questions like I always do. So I'm going to click on this web app. So what I'm going to show you is the web app for Windows, but they do have an installation for Windows and Mac. And there is just a web link as well, but they make it clear that at this point in time, you can see it up here, the desktop version performs significantly better. So I just want to show you that. So let us open, I've already got the app open. And for now, it's asking for my email and password. So let's do that. All right, and then begin my adventure. And it's going to start music right away. One of the things that I'm going to click on quickly is the stream friendly. And that's pretty cool because what they've told me, and I didn't understand this initially, is if you click on that and you're streaming like I am, or you're playing and you're streaming, then this is only playing stream friendly, or I should say, I guess, music that has rights to be streamed. So my understanding is you need to make sure you click that to ensure you don't get any strikes on YouTube. That's really important to me as a streamer. So I clicked that right away. Now it automatically starts with some music. So you can kind of hear that in the background. You can manually pause it here. And one thing I noticed, actually, why is it not? There we go. I just took a second. So I clicked the pause and the music stopped. If you listen closely, there's a little bit of background ambiance. And the creators have told me that right now that's intentional. That they thought maybe you might want to stop the music, but you might not want it to be complete silence. So I can hear a little bit of wind whistling. I have it down pretty low, so you might not hear it. But just know that the ambiance will still be going unless you toggle it all the way down. Now I don't hear it. So if I toggle it back like midway, there we go. Now I can hear it. And you can see already that Bardy, this green arrow circle here, whatever you want to call it, is listening for my input. And you can see up top here, it is showing the text that it sees. All right, so let's take a run through I just want to run through the application before I get into trying to change things here. So you'll see you have a selection of moods, and the general moods are casual, fighting. Fighting, again, is usually triggered by the words I've said already, which I don't want to say because it'll start. Action, I think, again, I'll try to figure out how to trigger that. Ominous, you'll have to say things that maybe I can try that now. The mood turns dark and foreboding. Oh, actually, I have this on pause. There we go. Now that I change this, if you read at the very bottom, this turned to ominous. And then there's also whimsical, and then lamenting triggers if you've won a battle. So that usually doesn't trigger until you're in a fight, and then you basically say that the party is completely lost or you've won. And lamenting will be if you lose completely. All right, let me pause again for a second. And again, you still hear that ambiance. Location. So here are all the locations. So you've got beaches, campfires, caves, city. You can probably see most of these. Let me click in there. And you can trigger all these individually. If I just want to trigger desert, I can just trigger that manually. So if it's not triggering what you want, you can say down here, it kept ominous, but it changed the location to a desert. So let's leave. See that? In that case, yeah. Now it was paused. Now it's playing. Okay, scenes. So these scenes have collections of moods and locations. And there is a scene builder. I've already created a couple scenes. I'm still testing this out, but you can see that all of these different presets have a collection of moods and locations. So let's just click on Haunted Shrine. So in this case, it doesn't have casual, whimsical, or lamenting, but it does have fighting, action, and ominous. And then the location is only temple. So you can create your own, and right now you cannot actually, you can't upload your own music, but I know that was something that is on the roadmap. But here, if I click up here to custom, you can click on new, and I can say, like, I don't know, Dark Crypt. I think it's because I'm talking, it's trying to do both. So let's just say I don't want casual in there. I want ominous, fighting, and maybe lamenting. I don't know if that doesn't look like it's. Oh yeah, it is triggerable. And then locations. Let's see. What do I want to call for locations there? Can I move this up and down? Sorry, I'm just learning this too. Dark crypt. Maybe temple. There's no location. So let's see if I can keep scrolling down. Volcano, void, tavern, shop, manor, dark crypt. Thought there was a temple. Could be wrong. Maybe for now we'll say shadow. I said mountain. I didn't really want to say that, but we'll say cave. We'll say shadow, and maybe that's it for now. Oh, maybe infernal. I don't know. Oh, there's a temple. I know I saw it. There we go. Temple. So now if I scroll up, so these are the only things that you can select from within this, and we can save as new scene. And there it is. Okay. Then you'll have rooms. I'm going to pause the music again because I should have tested this more, but it might be loud. So you can create a room. I'm not going to do that right at the moment. Well, maybe I guess I can show you. So if you create a room, this is where you can share the audio with players. So it is streamer friendly mode. It's not showing you the code. And right now, what I could do is copy this code, send it to my players. They're still going to have to log into Bardy. So they will have to have at least, I believe, a free account. I'm not 100% sure how that works, but I think they would at least have to log in and then drop in this code into Bardy. I don't know if everyone needs to have a license. I'll try to ask the creator and then post that here maybe in the comments. But there's the room, and then again, the players could open it. They could join the room and drop in that link. And then I believe everything will change. They'll see the images change. They'll see the text change and all those types of things, which is cool. Let's see if I can get out of this. I think it will. Okay. Settings. We showed that at the beginning. Stream friendly, again, was really important for me. And it does have different, I'm going to get back up to these in a second, but it has prompt changes. So you can toggle these on. Right now, I think it comes to where if you want to make sure you have to ask, or it asks before changing a scene. Like if I'm talking and I inadvertently triggered a scene, I think this will give you pop-ups. So you have to physically say yes or click yes if you want it to change. So you can do that for moods and locations as well. But remember, scenes are collections of locations or mood. So if you want to restrict it to a specific scene, I think you keep that selected. This is where you can change your inputs. For me, I've got a lot of input, so I'm selecting my Yeti mic. There's a tutorial, which I actually haven't checked yet. Join their Discord, which I would encourage you to do. Before we go back up to Q, we've already gone through Scene Builder. Let's show the roadmap real quick. So spring of 2025, and I think that's when I started following them. I joined their Discord. I took a look at the beta app, and they got a bunch of feedback. Where we are right now, obviously, is the spring. They've released a web app, which is what I'll be showing you. In the winter, they want to add voice-activated sound effects, which will be cool. I suspect that'll be more like one-shots, maybe weather, like rain, lightning, those kind of things. That's not in right now. Spring of 2027, they want to have custom scenes, trigger phrases, which is really cool. Upload your own songs, images, ambiances, and sound effects. Really excited about that. And then winter 2027, they'll have like new genres. Right now, very much focused to like fantasy, dungeon, outdoors too, but more fantasy than sci-fi or what have you. So there's the roadmap. Let's get back out of this and shoot. Yeah, there we go. I guess you can submit your music art if you're a creator and you want to be part of this. And again, I'll let you, I think the tutorial's the YouTube tutorial, but let's look at the final thing here before we dive into the app. We're going to say Q Journal. So this is neat. This at least tells you when it has changed scenes. So in the session I'm in right now, it's telling me, and this is also for the creators so that they can use this as feedback for how AI is working, but it tells you like the desert location was applied, the mood was changed to to ominous based on my phrase, the mood turns dark and foreboding. So, all right, enough of all of that. And I'm going to get back to the mood. I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to see how loud it looks. So let's just try to change this and say, I'm just going to start changing some different phrases. So let's look at location here. And I'm going to say, the party leaves the desert and soon is walking through a quiet forest. All right. That didn't quite trigger it. I'm still learning the phrases here, but the party approaches a city and walks through a city that is bustling with life. Now, in this case, this is saying changing the scene, which is cool. Although it does say interesting dungeon crawl. For now, I'm going to say dungeon crawl. Let's see what it does. Apply. Interesting. Okay. Let's try this. I'm going to try one other. And I'm going to say the party exits the dungeon into the countryside. Interesting. I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to toggle this off. I assume these are more me than prompts than the app, but let's try something else. The party enters a tavern where music is playing. All right, let's try this. The party leaves the dungeon to go outside. All right, so this does have it leave the dungeon. It assumed that I went into the city. So now that I'm in the city, how about if I try to explicitly change the location here? So the party opens the door to the tavern and steps inside. Okay. I do think the prompts are on me and I'm learning, so don't hold that completely against Bardy. I'm still learning how this works. So let's try to change the mood. As the party walks inside, the music fades and the room goes quiet and dark. I wonder what it picked up from there. It should change the mood, but it changed it to action. Let's try something else. The tavern mood quiets quickly and is oppressive and ominous. I'm going to go to the tavern. Now I'm interested. I'm going to go to the scene of the taverns. Let's look at this. I know that's a little loud. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's... I'm not sure if the tavern has those moods. So maybe that's part of it. Yeah, I don't... So I'm going to pause this for a second. And again, bear with me as I'm learning this. But you can see in the tavern, you can have casual, fighting, action, or whimsical. So ominous and lamenting are not part of the tavern. And you're getting me try to learn this on the fly. So it is going to take a little training, I think, for me in particular. So let's do this. I'm gonna try to leave and maybe go into a dungeon, and let's see if I can trigger a few more things before we call the video good. All right, the party exits the tavern into the countryside. I like that sound. I don't see the changing, but I like that the music changed. So let's see. Let's try one other thing. The the party steps outside a dark 3-story manor. It might not change that because it is. I didn't say go inside. Let's see. So let's say the party steps inside the dark, decrepit manor. Okay. So in this case, it did. So it started casual. Oh, that's interesting. There's a little pop up. Did Bardy make a mistake? If it helps, we can check with you. Okay, that's interesting. I like that pop up. Let's leave it here. It did. I do think it made a mistake with the casual nature, but let's do this. As the party heads upstairs, the ambience changed to dark and foreboding. So you can see that change to ominous, and the sound is much quieter now. So again, I would encourage you to test out phrases, watch the other video. I know there's a tutorial that I've not completely gone through yet, but you can also, again, if it's not doing what you expect, you can also quickly, very quickly on the side here, change locations. So let's just do that quickly. And I'm going to say we want to go into, oh, this is cool. It shows, I think it shows, yeah, here is the scenes. So if you want to go into scenes and quickly change to something that you see on here, let's just say Mountain Pass. It'll quickly switch to Mountain Pass, and it switches the image. So well, let's just do a couple more things and then we'll stop. But I'm gonna change back to mood so you can see where we are. I think right now it's ominous. So let's say the party runs into a group of goblin archers, and it's time to roll initiative. I was hoping that would trigger it. Let's just say maybe I said too much there. Roll initiative. All right, so it has gone to fighting, which is where it should go. It's showing a castle, but it immediately went to fighting with that roll initiative, I think, which is cool. And let's see. I'm not sure exactly how to trigger this, but let's just say the party is all defeated and lies dead on the floor. About the entire party is defeated. How about the last of the enemy dies and the party is victorious? So I think that did trigger the end, I think. But I hope that was helpful. I know we had a little bit of stumbling around with trying to do the triggers, but It's really cool. I've been learning how this works, and as I said, I would really encourage you to try it out. Again, the website is called Bardy. Let me close this down. Actually, I don't. Do I have it open? Yeah, I do. So let me close down the app and go to the homepage. So again, your AI Bard. So really, really cool early beta for the web app, and you can also try it on the mobile app. So give me drop a comment, ask questions. If you like the video, drop a like for me, please. Subscribe, and I hope to see you all next time. So until then, happy gaming all.